公广集团、华视教育文化频道。
您现在收看的是华视教育文化频道。
接下来要播出的是英语口语训练1。
Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Conversational English. Today we begin Unit 6, our last unit, the first lesson, Lesson 16. A long title. It is, Will You Give Me a Hand to Clean Up Here? We're still at the home of the Hudsons, and we've been in different rooms doing different types of house chores. And today we'll be looking at the kitchen and cleaning up after a meal.
好的，各位同学们，大家好。那我们今天呢进入这个第16课。那其实呢讲到说，吃完晚饭这个碗盘不会自己洗干净的。那如果在家里面堆积很多脏的碗盘，当然就等于邀请一些这个蟑螂、蚂蚁进来家里了。所以我们今天就要来看看 Hudson 这一家人呢，吃完晚饭之后学到一些他们清理碗盘跟整理收拾的英文了。
So let's take a look at our dialogue for the first time today. That was really a great meal, honey. And thanks to you too, Becky.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Mom, thank you for teaching me how to make such great stew.
Oh, you have your grandmother to thank for that.
Betty, why don't you lie down for a while and take a rest? You've been at it all day. Becky, will you give me a hand to clean up here?
Sure, Dad.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Becky, when you are finished here, come to my bedroom. You can help me set out my clothes for tomorrow. I can't believe your dad and I are back to work already.
Yeah, me either. If it's not too much trouble, you could set out an outfit for me tomorrow too, please.
Sure thing. So see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, let's get ready to clean up here, okay, Becky?
Do you want me to clear off the table, Dad? Who's gonna do the dishes?
I will. I even bought some gloves for dishwashing for myself.
Okay, let's get started. I'll put the glass and cups in one pile, the silverware in another, and the plates and saucers in the third.
I'll stack the pots and wash them last, of course.
Don't forget to put the stew in the fridge, Dad. If we don't, it will spoil.
Yeah, I know. The same goes for any other leftovers, too.
That dish rack is too small to hold all those dishes. I better dry them as you wash them.
There are some hand towels in that drawer you can use.
Yeah, I see them.
Then I guess we can start. I'll add the dish detergent to this hot water. Prepare my sponge and scouring pad. Put my gloves on, and we're ready to roll.
I got your back. Let's get this party started.
And now we're ready to roll, taking a break.
Yes， 我们待会休息一下，再回来进行我们的字汇与片语。
Part 3, words and phrases. We'll give you enough time to repeat each word or phrase. Then I will say it the second time, and then we'll provide a sentence for you, as always.
好，那我们现在就来进入今天的字汇与片语。
Be at it. Be at it.
忙着。
Where's Sam?
In the library, he's been at it all day studying for his finals. 山姆在哪里呀？他在图书馆，他一整天都忙着读书，准备期末考。
Another way to say be at it is the much more common and maybe easier way of saying to be busy. But in every language, there's usually more than one way to say something. Don't feel frustrated, feel good. You're expanding your vocabulary.
好，那么这边补充的就是说，如果同学想要替代这个 be at it 这样子的一个片语呢，当然另外一个比较简单，而且也比较常听到的就是 be busy。那这个时候呢，当然同学会说，那这个忙着做什么事情？然后在英文里面有那么多种的片语，那布鲁斯老师鼓励大家不要觉得很挫折啊，那反而是这样想，就是说，其实你多了知道好几个片语的话呢，不仅你的这个词汇变大了，而且其实你在写作文的时候，你也可以换来换去，你不会永远都是 be busy， 你就可以有很多东西去换，那你写出来的文章也会更漂亮。
没错。All right, let's continue. Set out. Set out.
挑选。
The night before his important business meeting, George set out all the clothes he would be wearing.
乔治在他有重要商务会议的前一晚呢，都会把他准备要穿的衣服先挑出来。
Set out is what we call a phrasal verb. It's a verb that occurs in a phrase because we have set and then another particle. We call these words particles, usually a preposition or adverb. Set, 加 out, being set out. Many phrasal verbs have more than one meaning. Set out on a voyage means to begin a long-distance trip. But here, set out means to prepare, especially clothing. So the night before you go to work, it's a good idea to set out your clothes, and then you don't have to look for them when you're tired in the morning.
好的，所以这边呢讲到的 set out， 它其实是一个片语哦。那么这个片语它是由一个动词 verb 再加上一个介词啊，那么来组成的。所以刚刚讲到说，像这一类的动词，像 set 这样的，第一个它会有好多种意思，然后呢，它通常一定会这个以片语的形态出现，而且呢，它这个片语可能同样的片语都可以有不同的意思。那像刚刚布鲁斯老师就已经举了 set out。除了当这个挑选衣服之外，它也可以当成是出发、启程、准备去进行一段 voyage 这样子的一个用法。所以同学可以把它记下来，那越学越多，你就越会去运用这样子的一个片语的动词了。
All right, let's continue. Outfit. Outfit.
衣着。
Clara wore a very hip-hop style outfit to the dance, including baggy pants and a sexy T-shirt.
卡拉参加舞会的衣着很嘻哈，是一件松垮垮的长裤跟性感的 T-shirt。
Sure thing. Sure thing.
没问题。
While you're out, Would you pick up some beer to bring back?
Sure thing. I was thinking of buying some anyway. 你出去的时候可以帮我买些啤酒回来吗？没问题，反正我本来就想买一些。
Clear off. Clear off.
清理。
Nancy is in charge of setting the table for dinner, while Charles is in charge of clearing it off.
南希负责在晚餐前摆好餐桌，而查理则负责在晚餐之后收拾桌子。
Cup. Cup.
杯子。
Daniel put his finger through the round handle of the coffee cup and raised it to his mouth.
丹尼尔把手指穿过咖啡杯的杯耳，然后举到嘴边。
Glass. Glass.
玻璃杯。
Give the children plastic cups to drink from rather than glasses. It's safer.
要让小朋友用塑胶杯喝东西，不要用玻璃杯，因为比较安全。
Now, there's one thing about this word that's pretty confusing. The word glass can mean 玻璃, a material. It can mean 玻璃杯, and that is how it is different from cup. Cup is not made out of glass, but of course, a glass is always made out of glass.
这样听起来有一点像是这个那种我们讲废话，可是其实它不是，OK？ 因为呢，我们同学可能就会很混淆，就是 cup 也是杯子，玻璃杯的 glass 也叫杯子，可是其实就像刚刚 Bruce 老师说的，玻璃杯它用 glass 的原因是因为它一定是用玻璃做的，可是不是玻璃的杯子，它就可能有好几种不同的，对不对？塑胶的、马克杯、纸杯这些的话，就都算是 cup。用这样子去分，就变得很简单了。
Okay,
Continue.
let's go on. Saucer. Saucer.
碟子。
Tina set 3 teacups and saucers on the dining room table before her guests arrived.
Tina 在客人来之前呢，把3副茶杯和碟子摆在餐桌上。
Spoil. Spoil.
坏。
If the milk tastes sour, it's spoiled and is no good to drink.
如果牛奶喝起来酸酸的，那就是坏掉了，不能再喝了。
The same goes for. The same goes for.
一样。
If Molly misbehaves while I'm out, she must go to her room. The same goes for her brother Andy.
如果茉莉在我不在的时候不乖，那她就得回她的房间。那弟弟安迪也一样。
Leftover. Leftover.
剩菜。
After dinner, Dad put the leftovers in special containers while Mom washed the dishes.
当妈妈在晚餐后洗碗盘时，爸爸把剩菜装到特别的容器中。
In case you're wondering, we featured the word leftover, but we used leftovers, the plural, in our sample sentence. That's because you usually use this word, you will usually hear it or read it in the plural, but the singular can also be used if you're talking about one kind of food in particular.
所以这边呢，Bruce 老师补充的是说，我们在单字里头看到 leftover 它是单数，但是我们例句里头则是 leftovers 它是复数。那其实呢，是因为我们通常会看到的用法都是以复数的形态来出现的。But I do have one question here。这边我想要问 Bruce 老师一个问题，就是说我们在那个收剩菜，常常妈妈就会有看到几样剩菜。几个剩菜，那我们知道说，同学会学到表示数量，比如说one piece of 啊，或者是就是有一些这种数量的词来 express。可是剩菜，我如果讲说3道剩菜 ，is there any way you could express that? No.
No. You can choose my favorite leftover from last night's dinner will be the baked potato. In general, we use the plural because we usually fix more than one kind. However, if the singular is used, remember, it's got to be one kind of food only. To answer your question about the measure word,
yes.
What do you put it in? So is it a bowl?
Okay.
Is it a plastic container?
Okay.
Maybe a plate?
Okay.
That will be the measure word, not for the food, but how it is put away.
OK， 好，所以这里呢，这个Lori 老师问这个问题，就是因为可能很多同学在写这个作文的时候，也许就会写到说，妈妈把桌上的3道剩菜收到冰箱里 ，OK？ 可是可能同学讲说，那我3道剩菜要怎么写？那刚刚 Bruce 老师回答我们了，在英文里头呢，我们这个剩菜就是用复数的，不用去分几道。那有一个方法，你可能会放量词，就是比如说你是用1碗1碗的装，你就可以有这个数量的词是3碗剩菜，或者你是用1盘1盘的装，也许你就会用3盘剩菜，或者你是用 bag 用袋子装的，那你可能就会有2袋的剩菜。那这样的方法呢，你可以用这个量词来表达它。All right, thank you.
Okay, hope you got that. So let's continue. Point. Point.
指
Roger quickly pointed up at the sky and shouted, and Diane saw the shooting star.
罗杰大叫一声，很快地指向天空，然后戴安就看到了流星。
Sponge. Sponge.
海绵
I like to use a sponge when I take a bath because it feels soft, but cleans the skin very well.
我喜欢在洗澡的时候用海绵，因为它很柔软，但可以有效地清洁皮肤。
By the way, this is the same word as the popular cartoon character SpongeBob.
所以呢 ，Bruce 老师补充了说，这个字也就是那个很有名的卡通海绵宝宝的那个海绵，但我不知道他补充这个要干嘛。But 同学可以记下来。
It's silly and it's fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Continue.
Yep. Scouring pad. Scouring pad.
菜瓜布
For pots and pans that are very dirty, a scouring pad and detergent will clean them very well.
用一块菜瓜布和洗碗巾呢，就可以把很脏的锅子洗得干干净净。
Be ready to roll. Be ready to roll.
准备做事。Are we still going to the beach tomorrow morning?
Yes, but it's a long drive there, so be ready to roll at 6 o'clock.
我们明天早上还有要去海边吗？有，但是车程很远，所以6点就要准备出门喽。
And here I should mention, because our sample sentence has driving in a car which has wheels, maybe that's why we say roll. Not necessarily. Maybe you're going hiking on foot. You would still, or you could still say, are you ready to roll? Let's start hiking.
好，这里 Bruce 老师补充的是说，这个 roll 这个动词哦，就是滚。那是不是因为要开车出发，那有轮子，所以他才会问你说，你准备好要滚了吗？哦，那其实并不是，它呢可以用在所有你准备好要去做了吗这样的事情。那即便刚刚讲的是 hiking 哦，就是去这个健行，一样可以用这样子的一个片语来问人家，你准备好要出发了吗？这样。
Good. Okay, next. I've got your back. I got your back.
我会帮你。I hope the negotiations at the meetings go smoothly.
Don't worry. I've got your back. I'm well prepared.
我希望开会协商呢能够顺利的进行。别担心，我会帮你，我已经都准备好了。
And there's something you should know here. It looks a little strange the way we had to print it, but I wanted it this way because you will hear both equally. I've got your back. I have, Jen. So I've got your back, or just I got your back. Both are fine.
好，所以这里的话，布鲁斯老师很细心的帮我们把这个括号的 ve 哦，这个一撇 ve 也放进去。同学两种的用法跟说法你都会遇到，几率是几乎一样的。所以一个它是用现在完成式 I have 缩写成 I've， 那另外一个是没有，就直接 I got your back， 两种都 OK。
OK 啦。Next. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started.
让派对开始吧。
Let's see. We've got all the party decorations put up, the food on the table, and drinks in the fridge, and the music system all set up.
Then we're all set. Let's get this party started. 我看看，我们已经布置完毕了，然后食物在桌上，饮料也在冰箱了，音响也都架好了。那我们就准备完成啦。那让派对开始吧。
Our last item is interesting. I'm not sure what happened first. This is like the chicken or the egg. This is a very popular saying, and I've heard it in a song. I'm not sure which came first, but you can use it without singing it, and you're lucky.
Okay， 所以呢 ，But I know the answer is the song comes afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The song used this popular saying.
Yep.
All right. Let's get this party finished, this part of our program, and it's time for a break.
我们休息一下，马上回来。
All right, we're ready for our part 4 and extra serving. I just want to remind you that this week on the radio program, I'll be talking about some other sayings. We had quite a few of them. I've got your back, and let's get this party started. Are you ready to roll? And things like that. There are too many of these even to put into one book, but I have chosen some that I think might be interesting and useful for you. So tune in this week to the radio program.
而且这个就是 Bruce 老师讲的一些 special 的 colloquial 的 phrases，right？
Yes.
OK， 所以呢，在这个礼拜的这个广播，各位同学一定要不要错过，因为呢，很多我们平常有时候听不太懂的一些日常生活片语，那其实呢，这些都是只要你一旦知道一次背下来以后，人家一讲你就知道他在讲什么东西了，所以这种东西非常非常的实用。那这个礼拜呢 ，Bruce 老师有为大家挑选了一些常常会听到的这个日常生活的用语跟片语，同学们一定要记得收听。
All right, now we're ready for part 5, that quiz. This week we have another multiple choice questions section for you in part 5. But this time we have 4 choices instead of 3 as we had in some of our earlier quizzes. We're making it a little tougher for you, a little more difficult, but so that you'll learn more.
好，所以呢，我们赶快来进行我们今天呢这个单选题的选择的部分，我们跟着 Bruce 老师一起来做一下。
Right. Okay, let's get ready for number 1. Which of these is used when washing dishes? Do we use A, a brush, B, cleansing powder, C, a mop, or D, detergent? Well, of course, the one we're going to use is D, detergent. That's the soap we use to wash dishes.
那么第一题呢，下列何者我们会用来洗这个碗盘？正确答案就是 D， 洗碗巾。
And now, number 2, what happens to food if it is kept out of the refrigerator too long? A, it scrambles. B, it scours. C, it spoils. Or D, it scatters. You've had all of those words before, and you should remember that milk can spoil if we don't keep it cool. So choose C.
好的，第二题呢，当食物被放在冰箱外头太久的时候，可能会发生什么状况？正确答案当然就是 C， 它就会坏掉了。
And now, number 3. Which of these ingredients would you most likely expect to find in a stew? Would you find A, Butter, B. Onions, C. Toast, or D. Bacon? Most likely, I would choose B. Onions. Maybe you use a little butter, but you wouldn't see it in the stew because it would melt. Bacon in stew, not very likely, and certainly not toast. Your best answer is B. Onions.
好的，第三题，下列何种食材会在一个炖菜里头看到？正确的答案是洋葱。
Number 4. Which of these utensils is used to fry food with? A. Pot. B. Spatula. C. Scouring pad. Or D. Measuring cup? Clearly the answer is B. Spatula.
第四题呢，下列何种这个厨具是在这个炒食物的时候会使用？正确的答案就是2，锅铲。
Our last question. Which of the following is considered an appliance? A. A vacuum cleaner. B. A dressing table. C. A closet. Or D. A counter? The answer is A. A vacuum cleaner.
好的，最后一题，以下何者被称为一种用具？那正确答案当然就是 A， 吸尘器喽。
And now we're ready to rewatch our dialogue for today. Let's go. That was really a great meal, honey. And thanks to you too, Becky.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Mom, thank you for teaching me how to make such great stew.
Oh, you have your grandmother to thank for that.
Betty, why don't you lie down for a while and take a rest? You've been at it all day. Becky, will you give me a hand to clean up here?
Sure, Dad.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Becky, when you are finished here, come to my bedroom. You can help me set out my clothes for tomorrow. I can't believe your dad and I are back to work already.
Yeah, me either. If it's not too much trouble, you could set out an outfit for me tomorrow too, please.
Sure thing. So see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, let's get ready to clean up here, okay, Becky?
Do you want me to clear off the table, Dad? Who's gonna do the dishes?
I will. I even bought some gloves for dishwashing for myself.
Okay, let's get started. I'll put the glass and cups in one pile, the silverware in another, and the plates and saucers in the third.
I'll stack the pots and wash them last, of course.
Here you go. Don't forget to put the stew in the fridge, Dad. If we don't, it will spoil.
Yeah, I know. The same goes for any other leftovers, too.
That dish rack is too small to hold all those dishes. I better dry them as you wash them.
There are some hand towels in that drawer you can use.
Yeah, I see them.
Then I guess we can start. I'll add the dish detergent to this hot water. Prepare my sponge and scouring pad. Put my gloves on, and we're ready to roll.
I got your back. Let's get this party started.
A nice clean house. Good. All right, join us again next week for lesson 17. Till then,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.